topic of today's video is por versus para. In general, you can think of por as an exchange and para as a purpose. Both of these words translate to for in English, but they have extremely different contexts and uses in Spanish. Here are the uses of por. Por is used when you're exchanging goods or money, like I paid $5 for the pizza. Por is also used for substitution of people. In other words, he filled in for me while I was sick. Por is also to express traveling through something, like I walked through the park. Por is used in math in Spanish. For example, if you're multiplying something by 3, it would be por tres. Also, it's used to express per, like we do in English, miles per hour, or frames per second. There are some expressions that always use por, like por ejemplo, and gracias por. I want to make sure that you know that after gracias por, you should do an infinitive, if you're thanking somebody for doing something. And finally, you use por to express the objective of an errand. I went to the store for pizza, would use por. On the other hand, these are the purposes of para. You use para when you're expressing a recipient, like this gift is for you. You use para when you're expressing your boss. In other words, whom do you work for? I work for Mr. Grundon would be para. Next is destination. If you say I'm leaving for Spain, you use para. You also use para for due dates. This assignment is for Monday. In other words, it's due on Monday. You use para with purpose. In other words, this eraser is for erasing. This marker is for writing. You also use para to express an opinion. You say para mí, or para ti, or para ella, to say in his, her, my, your opinion. And finally, you use para with comparisons, but they're not the kind of comparisons that you would think of normally. These are comparisons, like we say in English, he's pretty smart for a dog, or she's pretty tall for a first grader, that kind of comparison. Aquí están unas frases que necesitan o por o para. Por favor, vamos a decidir cuál de las opciones debemos usar. Número 1. Gracias, las flores. This one should be por. The reason why is it's the expression gracias por. Número 2. Yo compré las flores ti. This one is para. Saying I bought the flowers for you, it makes you the recipient of the gift. Número 3. Caminamos la playa. This one is por. It's indicating where the person walked around, where the person traveled through. It's explaining where the people walked. Where did they travel around? Where did they travel through? Siguiente. El proyecto es el martes. We're following a pattern here. This one is para. But the reason why it's para is not because this one was por, and this one was para, and this one was por, and this one was para. It's because this is a deadline, a due date. The project is due on Tuesday. Entonces, el siguiente. Trabajas el jefe. El jefe is the boss, so more than likely this is going to be para. You work for the boss. It could very well be that the boss was sick one day, and if you were substituting for the boss, if you were working instead of the boss, you could say trabajas por el jefe. But more than likely, you're going to be working for the boss every day with para. And finalmente tenemos pagaste $30 el juguete. This one is por because it's an exchange of goods for money. I paid $30, I got a toy.